Hi, this is Christina with the Sisyphean Journal, and this is kind of a piecemeal reaction video. I'm reacting to some of what Liberal Hivemind is saying about this social justice warrior who tried to argue abortion with an extremely skilled speaker who didn't argue with her, she just asked her questions. And this social justice warrior couldn't answer the questions. And one of the things that our hooded friend said was that abortion is about selfishness. And I want to address that because I think that is, I'm not going to say it's not often true, that there aren't women out there who they know it's a baby and that's just not what they feel like having right now. So they just get rid of it because, who cares? But the vast majority of women climbing on the abortion table aren't doing so flippantly. And this is something pro-lifers really need to grasp, is that they are climbing on there. It's the worst day of her life. She doesn't want to do this. It's just she feels trapped. And you can look back, Frederica Matthews Green, who was with Feminists for Life, made a statement that actually abortion rights groups picked up on. And this is as close to an exact quote. A woman doesn't want an abortion the way she wants an ice cream cone or a Porsche. She wants an abortion the way an animal caught in a trap wants to gnaw off its own leg. Hey, and the pro-lifers who work in pregnancy centers, who volunteer there in the pregnancy centers, they totally get this. These women are coming in and, maybe they're teenage girls. They're terrified to tell their parents, or they're being abused and they're afraid of what the abuser's going to do if he finds out she's pregnant. They're in desperate financial situations. They're in abusive relationships. They're in danger of having their house foreclosed. They're facing homelessness. Or sometimes they're just overwhelmed because they've been taught, you're not capable. You cannot overcome a pregnancy that you didn't plan. Imagine if you were told from infancy, you're growing up, and you're surrounded by the message that women cannot cope with pregnancies that they don't plan, and women cannot cope with pregnancies that happen in less than ideal circumstances. And if you're having that pounded into your head from youth, then, and you buy into, you're told, birth control will fix it. Birth control will fix it. We wouldn't need abortions if women just had ready access to birth control. So you're getting these two messages. You are never going to need an abortion because you use birth control. But you will need an abortion if you get pregnant in less than ideal circumstances because women are pathetic and they're incapable of coping, is basically the pro-choice message. That women, that's why they hated Sarah Palin so much. And that's why they hated Amy Coney Barrett so much. Because here's women with big families, including those yucky Down syndrome babies that they let live in the house like they're people or something. And these women are capable. And they manage to balance a career and children. They cannot stand the idea of a woman who succeeds without wading through the blood of her own unborn children, because that undoes that message of women are pathetic, they're weak, they're helpless. That's the pro-choice message. Women are pathetic, they're weak, they're helpless. They can't handle getting pregnant and having a baby under less than ideal circumstances. And if you've had that pounded into your head, you're going to believe it. So you're going to think, I can't cope. You're going to think, oh, they're right, I'm going to abuse this baby. This baby's going to wind up a drug addict, a prostitute, on welfare. This is going to completely ruin my life. If this baby gets born, it's going to ruin this baby's life. I can't cope, I can't cope, I can't cope, I can't cope. And then there's also the situation where, women feel that they have to do this in order to be able to care for their born children. And they don't want to do it, but they feel like they have to shoulder that emotional and moral burden for the sake of their born children. Oh my gosh, I can't remember now who it was. There was actually a feminist who wrote a book about this. And she was in favor of abortion. She thought this was actually a good thing, that women didn't want abortions, but they felt that they had to do it for the sake of the people they were having relationships with. So women were doing something they didn't want to do. They were bearing this horrible moral burden, this emotional burden, this mental burden on behalf of the other people that they loved. So this idea that women are doing this because they're selfish, yes, that's true in some cases, but I don't think you're anywhere near the ballpark if you are making that as a blanket statement. Okay? You have to get that the libs of TikTok you see that are all happy about their abortions and, you know, I'm going to kill this baby now. As somebody have a dance. Dance if you're preggers and you're going to kill that baby. And she's all dancing. Those are the libs of TikTok. Those are not representative of the women climbing on the abortion table. The pro-lifers who work at the pregnancy centers know that. The pro-life movement entirely needs to get that. It is not, in most cases, about selfishness. It's about fear. And often it's about the woman doing this horrible, horrible thing that she knows is going to crush her soul, but she feels like she has to for the sake of the people she loves.